your business English boost. I'm Melissa B. Duarte, author of quite a few business English books, but I'm the author of this book here, The Little Big Business English Book of Vocabulary. It's a 100-page book on essential business English vocabulary. It's a small book. It's really small, but there's a lot of content inside, and this series is 100 episodes. I'm just reading from beginning to the end of my book and putting the entire book up there on the screen for you. Now, today, if you have the book at home, we're on page 50 of the book, and we're tackling collocations for business English for decision-making. Now, my decision-making collocation section in this book is 5 pages long. So this is just going to tackle page 50. The other episodes will be posted in the playlist of the series, so you can dive in and learn all the decision-making collocations, and of course, the time management collocations as well, which are in the book. Okay, let's jump in and take a look at collocations for decision-making in English. First one here, draw a conclusion. This is beautiful. To draw a conclusion, I mean, you probably know draw isn't like draw, right? Like to paint something or make a picture. But draw also means to pull. And so if you draw a conclusion, you are coming to an understanding, finding a conclusion from evidence, from information which you pulled together. Let me read you the meaning and some examples from the book. Draw a conclusion, arrive at an understanding based on evidence. Okay, so you don't know what's happening. You found a conclusion based on evidence, based on what you've read, what you've heard, what you've seen. Examples. From the data, we can draw a conclusion about market trends. So what's happening in the market right now? I don't know why. Why are our sales down? I'm not sure. Okay, let's run some data. Let's look at a report. Oh, these numbers do not look good. Even our competitors are struggling right now in the market. Okay, so I can draw a conclusion from this data that overall the market is suffering. So you find a conclusion, you find an answer, you find understanding for a situation based on what you've read, what you've heard, what you've seen. So you draw a conclusion. Another example here is don't draw a conclusion too quickly. Okay, so the CFO is really grumpy today. He was grumpy yesterday. He met with the CEO for a 2-hour closed door meeting. Hey, don't draw any conclusions. Maybe there's no emergency, right? So if someone's kind of jumping to conclusions, someone is trying to think a situation is worse than it is or better than it is. You can say, don't draw conclusions. You don't have evidence. So don't come to a conclusion. Don't put yourself in that situation. Don't think something's going to happen if you don't know it is. So don't draw conclusions too quickly. So it can be used in a positive and negative way with don't. Next one here is the report allowed us to draw some useful conclusions. So again, you're looking at performance. You're looking at maybe one of your branches, one of your markets, one of your clients, whatever the case may be, and you're not understanding the situation. Okay, you need some evidence. You need to read something. You need to look at numbers. Then you can draw a conclusion. So from this report, I've drawn a conclusion about what the problem is with this supplier. So I found an understanding. I pulled together this information, and now I understand something. I do hear some mistakes from students, and in the book, I do have some mistakes here. Make a conclusion. You don't make a conclusion. You can come to a conclusion, and you can draw a conclusion. You don't make a conclusion. Okay, so make sure you're not saying the wrong collocation. It's not wrong to say make a conclusion, but it is because it's not a collocation. So grammatically, it's okay. People will understand you. It's just not a collocation. So it is wrong. It's not the right collocation, but grammatically, it's not wrong. So some students will think, well, it's not a mistake. It is a mistake because it's not a collocation that we use. We don't make a conclusion. We come to a conclusion or we draw a conclusion. And this is what we're working on today. Next one here is base a decision on. Base a decision on means to use evidence factors as a foundation for a choice. To base a decision on something or base decisions on something. To base, that's your strong foundation. So this decision, what's the strong foundation? What's the base of it? But base here is a verb. It is a verb. So usage, we use this for evidence factors as foundations for choices. So we need to base our decision on data. We need to base our decision for which candidate to go with on references, on the third interview. Let me read you some examples. They base their decision on latest research. Okay, so why did the company close 3 departments in LATAM, the Latin American market? Why did the company close 3 branches there? Well, they base their decision on research. They base their decision on the last 3 years of sales. They base their decision on the reports, on the earnings. So, what's the foundation for a decision? That's what they based their decision on. Okay, another example here, we base our decisions on customer feedback. Okay, so if you're working for a company and you're selling pens, all my examples are with pens, by the way. If you've followed me for any amount of time, or if you are one of my students, I just can't make examples without making an example about a pen. I think because I always have a pen near me. Anyways, so we base our decisions on customer feedback. So if I'm selling pens and customers don't like the feel of it, they don't like the flow of the ink, they don't like the price point, well, those are the bits of information that I'm going to use to formulate my decisions. I'm going to base my decisions on that feedback. So this is what it means: base your decisions on feedback. To make your decisions, this is the foundation of the decisions of how you're going to move forward. This is beautiful, beautiful collocations in business English. Next one here, his decision was based on financial considerations. Okay, so why did Jim leave the company? He seemed so happy here. Well, he based his decision on financial considerations. The competitor offered him way more money. Or you're interviewing for positions, you're offered 2 different jobs, and you have to decide which company to go for. When you decline your other company, thank you so much for the offer. I base my decision on what's best for me and my family. I base my decision on what's best for my career, what's best for my future working in this industry. So what's the foundation? What is holding up your decision? That's what you base your decision on. Okay, here's some common mistakes as well. Base a decision in no. You base a decision on something. And prepositions are super tricky, super tricky. I just did a video on prepositions, not even dependent prepositions, just regular prepositions. And this is one. You base a decision on something. On is like a surface. So I put my decision on top of that, not in, on. You base a decision on something. So make sure you're not using the wrong preposition. This is tricky when you're learning collocations, when you're learning phrasal verbs, when you're learning idioms, when you're learning business vocabulary, any vocabulary. Those little prepositions, you get one wrong, it automatically brings down your level of English. It's really frustrating. I understand how difficult it can be for people learning business English, learning English with those prepositions. They are tricky. But make sure you're saying base a decision on, or base decisions on, not in. Next one here is decision based by. This is incorrect, completely incorrect. You don't base decisions by something, you base decisions on something. And the very last collocation here for decision making is postpone a decision. So postpone, a synonym for postpone is to put off. So you could swap out postpone and say put off. So to postpone a decision means you're going to delay a decision. To put off a decision, delay a decision. So you can't make a decision today. We need to postpone the decision till next week. Let's put off the decision until the CFO returns. Let me read you some examples and usage here. So usage, delay choosing something, delay taking action, delay doing something. Examples, the board postponed the decision until next month. We postponed the decision due to lack of information. We don't have enough information to base our decision on. Let's postpone the decision. We use 2 collocations right there, and it's beautiful. Another one here, he decided to postpone his decision about retirement. So someone's maybe playing with the idea of some early retirement. He doesn't have enough figures yet. He's waiting for data from his bank, waiting for data from the government, from HR. Okay, he's going to put off his decision. He's going to postpone his decision. Just delay it a little bit. I'm going to tell you some examples here. Some students do say postpone to decide. No, you postpone a decision, not postpone to decide. Not at all. And to delay a decision, this is okay, but you do not say delay to a decision. No, you delay a decision, postpone a decision, put off a decision. All those are perfect, but no to. You absolutely do not need to say postpone to a decision, delay to a decision. No preposition is needed there to at all. Okay, so we've done it. We've done 3 of the collocations here for decision making. Hopefully you learned something new. I'll see you back for your next business English.